Entopic Graphomania. Yeah. Entopic Graphomania is a surrealist exercise in which the artist relies on irregularities or imperfections or just interesting characteristics of a piece of paper in order to inspire and guide a piece of work. Because there's no plan going into it and the artist has to rely on the medium at hand, it is sort of a role reversal versus any other exercise in art. I'm going to show you this clip again very quickly and explain what I'm doing as I go through it. So the first step is to identify interesting characteristics of a piece of paper, in this case mostly dust, and you put points or just marks, little dots on the page in order to mark out those places. And then the rest of the piece is simply connecting those points of interest on the page. In this one I used curved lines, you can use squiggly lines, you can use straight lines, you can use a ruler. There are lots of different ways to go about it. But that's really all there is to it. So you can also use pages of text. In this case, I'm going to pick lowercase u as my point of interest to place my intersections in this sample of text from our author John Gay. So you can see in this I am picking out and putting marks in fat red marker on all of the lowercase u instances in the page of this play. And now I am connecting those points. I'm using straight lines in this one with a thin red marker. I've got a lot of points in this one, and I know I'm not going to want to use them all. So then I go back in with my fat red marker, and I isolate the ones that I want to include. I'm not planning this out, it's just happening that way. One final method of connecting the points of interest on the page is to use a straight edge. In this case, I'm using some very fine pen to connect those dots, and it's going to look a little more crystalline than either of the other two, but it's not inferior or superior to those other methods in any way. There's certainly no more planning going into this than there was into the other two. It's just a different look and feel. It does take a little longer because you have to line up the straight edge. Now what I'm doing is I'm going back in and I am increasing the thickness of the line with a slightly thicker pen in some places. Not all the lines, and again, not planned out, just adding a little more structure here and there. And now I'm going to go back in with a Sharpie and add some even thicker lines, but still not particularly thick. It's a fine line Sharpie. So that's all it is.